students, welcome to Information and Technology. In the last class, we have started with the various commands and constraints of structured query language. This is the part 3 of structured query language. Here we will study more commands that are used in this particular language. So, first, before the commands, let us go to the naming of the constraint. So what are naming of the constraint? For that, let us take the help of a table. So here I am taking the same table, that is the teacher table of the database school. Here at the fourth last line you can see constraint teacher underscore pk is the primary key. So naming the constraint means I am naming the primary key, foreign key, these all are the constraint. So I am naming it with a particular name. So here teacher underscore pk becomes the primary key of the table teacher and the attribute is teacher id. Similarly, the constraint foreign key is named as teacher underscore fk. So if now the question comes what is the primary key for this particular table, then the primary key is teacher underscore pk and the attribute is teacher underscore id, that is the attribute, and the foreign key is teacher underscore fk, that is the foreign key, that is referencing to the department id of the table department. So this is just how to name the various constraints. So the key constraints are primary key and foreign key here, so we are naming it like that. This is the way constraint of the primary key, and we are naming constraint teacher fk for the foreign key. Now next command is the drop table command. So to delete a table we have to use this particular command. In database, what we were doing to delete a database, we were just writing drop and we were using the name of the database. Here we have to write drop table and then the name of the table that you have to delete. So drop table is the command that has to be used. Drop table teacher cascade, this is the action, we have already studied about it, and drop table teacher restrict, so that these two actions are used in order to keep the referential integrity constraint as valid. Now coming to the next, an interesting command for SQL relation, that is the alter table command. So what does this command do? This command is used to modify the base table definition. Now what do you mean by table definition? If suppose you have to add a column in a table, you have already created a table but now you want to add one more column. For example, in the teacher table there was no column named as age. Suppose I want to put in a column as age. So it is very simple, we have to just write this command in SQL, alter table, the name of the table was teacher, and then you have to use this command add and then age, and the type of age is integer value. So age cannot be a decimal, neither it can be a character, it will be integer value. So this is the command alter table, and then the name of the table, whichever table you want to alter, means in which table you want to add the column. So you have to add the column, so next you have to write add, and what you have to add, the attribute, the name of the attribute is age, and what type of data it will hold, it will hold an integer data type. Next, suppose you want to delete a column. So for deleting a column, same as we are doing in database and table, alter table, the name of the table, and drop. Drop is the word used to delete, and whichever column you want to drop. Suppose you want to delete the age column, So you have to just write drop and the name of the attribute, so that column will be deleted. Now, altering a column definition can also be altered. For example, dropping the default value or defining a new default value in the previous table of teacher. What was the default value you had taken and for which attribute? We have taken the default value for the salary as 40,000. So now I don't want that to happen, so I will just write alter table and the name of the teacher, no, sorry, name of the table, then alter salary and then drop default, so the default value will be dropped. Or suppose if I want to set a new default value, so alter table, the name of the table, alter salary, set default 30,000. So instead of 40,000 now it becomes 30,000. So this is the way to alter a column definition. Now suppose you want to drop a key, any foreign key or primary key, you want to delete it. So for that, alter table, the name of the table, drop foreign key teacher underscore fk. That was the foreign key. You have named the constraint in the previous teacher table. Similarly for dropping the primary key, alter table teacher, drop primary key, and the name of the primary key was teacher underscore pk. Next, adding a constraint. Now you have dropped a constraint, now you want to add it back. So this is the way. Alter table teacher, add constraint. Which constraint you want to add? You want to add the foreign key back. So teacher underscore fk is the foreign key, department number that references to the department id, on delete set as null, on update set as null. Okay, so this is the way to alter the tables. Now the next command is the insert command for the relation. So let us see, this command is used to insert a tuple in a relation. We have created the table, now we have to put in values inside the table. So for putting the value, this insert command is used. So this was the table, create the table teacher, the same table, the teacher, all the things are same here. Salary is there, default 40,000, everything has been set. So this is the table. Now I have to put value inside this. So to put value, here is the command, insert into teacher values. We are putting the values, so this is the command values. So insert into, we are putting the value into the table. So insert into, the name of the table is teacher. Now what you are putting? You are putting values. Now the rounded bracket starts. So the first was id, you are putting 101. Then the first name, it was varchar, so varchar will be put in double quotes. Then comma, last name, that was also varchar, double quotes, you have to put Batra. Then comma, then gender, it was char, so single quote f, is a female. Then comma, salary we are putting 50,000, it was a decimal value. Then comma, date of birth is the date of birth, and comma, the department id is 1. So as soon as you insert it, this is the table that you get. That is, the teacher id is there, first name is there, last name, gender is there as f, salary, date of birth, and department number as 1. Now suppose you have written this also. Now what is the difference between the first command and the second command? Here you can see one thing is missing. Insert into teacher values 101 Chanaya Batra, female, but you have not mentioned the salary amount. So what will happen? We have set the default salary amount as 40,000. So by default the table will take the value as 40,000. It won't show any error. This is the default value that has been set. Okay, one more type, you can use this insert value in this insert command can be used in one more method. This is the method insert into teacher. Now you can name the attributes first name comma last name gender, then suppose you want to put the teacher id, then date of birth, then department number, then salary, like this. Then you insert the values for each and every attribute. You can put the values. So in the order you have mentioned, in that order you can put the values. But in the first command, that is insert into teacher values, there you have to put accordingly in which you have mentioned previously the skeleton of the table that you have created. Like that only you have to put the values. But if you are using the third one, the third command, you can use the attribute and then you can assign the values accordingly. So this is the difference between the first and third. Now coming to the next command. The next command is the update command. Now as the name suggests, what does the update command means? This command is used to update the value of the attributes of one or more tuples in a table. Now you have inserted the values inside the table. Now suppose you want to change any value. Suppose you want to change the salary of the teacher. So how to do it? So let us see the previous table. This was the table. Teacher ID was there, first name, last name, gender. We have put in one value. We have inserted it. Shanaya Batra. She is a female. And the salary was 50,000. We have inserted. Date of birth is there and department number is also there. Okay. Now suppose I want to update her salary. So this is the way to do it. Update teacher. The name of the table it is. The name of the table is teacher. Update teacher set salary is equal to now the new salary whatever you want to put. So that is 55,000 where the teacher ID is equal to 101. Okay. So where the teacher ID is 101, there instead of 50,000 you put the set the salary as 55,000. This is the meaning of this particular command. So once again say it, update the name of the table is teacher, then update what you have to do, you have to set the salary as 55,000 in place of 50,000, where in which tuple, where the teacher ID is 101. See here, now you can see here in this particular table everything is same. Instead of the salary, that has become 55,000. So now the salary of this particular teacher has become 55,000 as the teacher ID is 101 here, so that will be only changed. The remaining, if suppose 10 values we have inserted, that value will remain the same, only the teacher ID 101 will be updated. Now after this command, suppose I am using one more command, update teacher set salary is equal to salary plus 5,000, where the teacher name is equal to Shanaya. Okay, this is another way of using it also. So what was the salary now? So the salary we have changed it to 55,000 in the previous command. So after that what we are updating now we want to give an increment of 5,000 to Shanaya. So now what does the table look like? So this will be the final table. Here the salary becomes 60,000. So 5,000 increment Shanaya received and she gets the salary to be 60,000. So this is the use of update command. Another command is the delete command. Now delete command, in order to delete one or more tuples, the delete command is used. So if you want to delete the tuple with teacher ID 101, then what will be the command? Simply this is the command, delete from teacher where teacher id is equal to 101. Okay, suppose that particular tuple you have to delete, or the all the details of Shania has to be deleted. So delete from teacher where teacher id is equal to 101. You can also write delete from teacher where first name is equal to double um, double quotes Shania. Then that tuple will be deleted. Okay, so this is the delete command used to delete a particular tuple.